Thanks for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Nation newspaper. And the major story there says, Tinubu, Labour's constant strike calls unacceptable. Labour's constant strike calls unacceptable. And the writer there says, President seeks understanding of reform programs rather than partisan reactions. Another story there, Lagos Red Rail line takes off. President declares legacy project open. 250,000 passengers to commute daily. And it is reported that when it fully takes off, about 750,000 passengers will be plying or using the Red Rail. Another story there, restructuring necessary now than ever, says Shoyinka. Nobel laureate was speaking at an event yesterday, and he's saying that it's high time we look at restructuring. It's time to protect yourselves with spiritual powers, or tells others. These are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nation newspaper. To the Daily Independent, protest strikes 9 months into new government unacceptable. Protest strikes 9 months into new government unacceptable. The president is saying this, and the writers there say, One Labour, they are not the only voice in Nigeria. Opens red line, says Lagos example of how vision exalts democracy. To flag off distribution of 42,000 metric tons of grain next week. And there, the picture there of the president, as well as the governor of Lagos State and some other Southwest governors and other dignitaries present at the commissioning of the Red Rail line there. Another story here, go beyond implementation of Oronsaye's report. Obi tells Tinubu, says politicians should sacrifice comfort, selfishness, cut wastages. Another story here, the reps want mandatory drug test for secondary school students. That will be interesting. Senate makes U-turn, extends service years for nurse directory. Another story at the top corner, federal government states chart way forward on regular power supply. These are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Daily Independent. We move now to the Salient Times, and the major story here says, you are not the only voice of Nigerians. Tinubu slams labor unions. Another story here, Buhari destroyed Nigeria's economy. We are paying for his mistakes, Sheikh Hussaini is saying. And a sad story there, man dies after snake bite in Delta. Hardship, one dies as family of 6 eat amala prepared from cassava peels in Oyo. A sad one there. Prime Minister seeks states involvement, says Abia enjoys 24 hours supply. And we hope that states will key in and begin to look at solutions to the matters around electricity supply. We'll move quickly now to Nigerian NewsDirect. Join us or we meet in 2027. Tinubu tells Labour. Commissions Lagos Red Line Rail project insists Nigeria will be out of economic problems. Red Line Rail to transport 750,000 passengers daily. Residents block Kaduna-Abuja highway, protest incessant kidnappings. And this story here says NMPC Limited advocates for war room with operators to tackle production challenge. And at the top corner, family announces funeral arrangement for late Wigwe. Illegal arms, federal government recovers 80,000 ammunitions. Some stories you find on the front page of the Nigerian NewsDirect. To the blueprint now. Tinubu at Lagos Red Line inauguration. Labour must maintain peace or wait to join 2027 polls. Assures Nigeria will be out of economic problems. Sanwo-Olu urges federal government support for green purple lines underway. Troops neutralized 974 terrorists arrested. 621 in February. The defense headquarters is saying bandits kidnap over 40 worshippers in Zamfara community. And reps to Tinubu review Orosanye report before implementation. Now, Senator Farms Kogi as oil producing state receiving 13% derivation. Some stories you find on the front page of the blueprint. To the leadership newspaper, Tinubu hits back at Labour over strikes, accuses NLC of playing politics with economic crisis, says 4 protests in 9 months unacceptable. And at the down corner here, new constitution will be ready in 2025. Reps, Senate Moore's reduction of Ways and Means repayment window. And by the corner there, decentralization solution to Nigeria's challenges, Wole Soyinka, Nobel laureate, is saying. And those are some of the stories you find there on the front page of the leadership newspaper. To the Platform Times, 8 lawmakers sacrificed 6 months' salary for hunger relief, urged Tinubu governors to suspend capital projects for food security. And Varsity Dawn urges urban planners to prioritize city sustainability. How I lured, killed 7 women through dating app, ritualist confesses. Tinubu directs cement companies to revert to old prices for national housing programs. Now, table sachet water manufacturers announce new prices. Sachet water bag now 500 naira. Table water pack 1,500 naira. And they are soliciting intervention funds as well. All right, those are some of the stories with me, Ibrahim.
Right, the first is the Vanguard newspaper with the screaming headline, Confusion over name BVN linked to bank accounts. That's for Vanguard. We also have NWC reconciled. How OT, Labour Party, NWC reconciled aggrieved aspirant with Akpata. That's talking about Edo gubernatorial election and Nigeria's economy on track. American City. Basairo gives NFF condition to continue as Super Eagles coach. Tinubu to NLC, it's unacceptable to judge me in 9 months. Hardship, government should stop taking us for a ride, as according to Nobel laureate Soyinka. NPC's decision to raise NPR, CRR to further worsen economic woes. And then Nigeria imports $4 billion worth of steel annually, says minister. Next is the Nigerian Tribune. Stop taking the nation for a ride. Soyinka cautions leaders, says decentralization is central to incomplete mission of nation being. Abbas set up 23-member committee on Oronsai's report. Federal government printed too much money. Abia governor laments free fall of Naira. Article 1's entire power sector open for private investment. Aggrieved residents block Abuja-Kaduna highway over bandit attacks. Yoruba traditional rulers, Gani Adams, others, hold security summit to tackle criminals with natural powers. Iliod killed 7 women through dating app, that's according to suspect. And customs intercept 53 sacks of fake pharmaceutical drugs worth 1.739 billion naira in Oyo, Osun Command. Tinubu to NLC, you're not the only voice of Nigerians. If you want to participate in electoral process, wait until 2027, he says. Inaugurate Red Line Rail in Lagos. And that's about it for the Nigerian Tribune. Next is the Punch newspaper. Past confirms deceitful. Nigeria must decentralize, says Soyinka. Past confirmed deceitful. Nigeria must decentralize. That's according to Professor Wole Soyinka. And also, customs seizes 1.7 billion naira fake drugs in Oyo, Osun Command. It should be customs seizes 1.7 billion naira fake drugs in Oyo, Osun Command, and federal government pays $120 million from gas debts as blackouts spread. Also, we have right here, reps raised 23-man panel on Oronsai report, demand review. That's about it for the Punch newspaper. Next is First News. Nigeria should break up if it will address our challenges. Shoyinka says countries should be decentralized for Nigerians to enjoy more. Decentralization will allow governance to get closer to the people. Leaders should stop taking Nigerians for a ride. Reps to Tinubu review Oronsaye, other reports before implementation. Cement price hike, go back to old price. Tinubu directs Dangote, BUA, others. You can't fight me. Tinubu dares NLC, says 4 strikes within 9 months of new government, unacceptable. Will battle corruption to ruins, President assures Nigerians. How I leered, killed 7 women through dating app. Ritual suspect confesses. Bill to establish Federal University of Technology, Ilaro, passes second reading. For APC, Labour Party members will make my new cabinet, Bayelsa governor. Constitution amendment, first draft ready in August 2025. Kalu. Aida Tiwa orders arrest of thugs destroying opponents' billboard. And then Senate extends National Assembly staff retirement age to 65. Next is New Telegraph. Passports. Nigerian embassy in Abu Dhabi defies federal government's reforms as bribery delay rock renewal process. Machine proved to move to Abuja for maintenance. Suspend all concession processes pending probe. Airlines to unblock lower ticket inventory as fare on international routes set to crash. Imports. CBN slashes customs duty by 1.9% to 1,630 naira, 16 kobo per dollar. Next is Daily Trusts. Residents protest kidnapping, block Kaduna Abuja highway, worshippers abducted in Zamfara, bandits burnt health facility houses in Katsina. Tinubu travels to Qatar with 38-man delegation. That's about it for the Daily Trust. Next is This Nigeria. Tinubu jabs NLC, says they are politicizing strikes, inaugurates Lagos Red Line Rail project. There may be no 2027 election if you don't fix hardship. CSOs reply President. Federal government needs $2 to $5 billion to revive Ajaokuta steel mill. That's according to Minister. Says Nigeria imports $4 billion worth of steel annually. Talking about this Nigeria. Ovation as Wike approves promotion of 8,785 FCTA workers. Restructure now to maximize development, showing cartels federal government. Benue bans political gatherings indefinitely. And also 3 ISWAP commanders, 80 others wiped out. Nigerian military in fresh onslaught against terrorists. Troops eliminate 974 terrorists, apprehend 621 in February as bandits attack mosque, kidnap worshippers in Zamfara. Nature News is last but not least. Wike is set to inaugurate Africa's largest water park in Abuja. Federal government inaugurates Odo Akpe Dam to boost food security in Kogi. NEMA unveils new geospatial center for enhanced disaster management. Katsina Eco Club engages in environmental exchange at Akresol. Nature, go-to cola and benefits. Well, that's about it for Nature Fact. Is the moon and the sun same size? No way.
Well, the major story is making headlines this morning. The story dominating is the president's reaction to Labour's calls for strikes, saying about 4 calls for strike in 9 months is unacceptable. Although you'd say that it is in the right of Labour to go on strike, but he's saying that there is a political undertone with the way Labour is reacting. But there's been arguments here and there for and against, this conversation, whether Labour, they're comparing, the situation of things now and 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari and how it is that these are the reasons why Labour is reacting. But then the president has come out to say, you know what, these are the things when you're talking about re-engineering the economy, when you're looking at trying to bring in reforms, these are the attendant implications that Nigerians are facing. And so Nigerians still have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, we hope that we hope that they get to, the government and the people get to have some semblance of the conversation that can give a level playing field for everyone so that they can trust government and see what government is seeing, and then we can move forward at the end of the day. That's for me now.